What is going on, everybody? Good to see you, and happy Thursday. Today's Thursday, right? I think so. Pretty sure today's Thursday. It's been a long week. I've been missing afternoon streams. Haven't had time, rather, to do that. But good morning. Good to see everybody. Hopefully, you guys aren't beat up too bad over this 25K or under 25K Bitcoin. I guess we'll have to see. Yeah, it's a good question, actually. Cape Cod Crypto, who's stacking their bags with the dip? That's one thing actually I was thinking about. What's the number that I want to purchase more Bitcoin at? That's what I've been asking myself actually the last probably couple hours, right? This morning and last night I've been thinking about that. But I'm gonna say hi to everybody in the chat and then we'll get into a few things. Just gonna be a short stream today. Joe, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Leo Lustig. We have Duke Nukem, Chris Hanley, Cape Cod Crypto, as I mentioned. Sadie, sometimes good to see you. Dan R. We have Nick V. What's up, buddy? Royce, good to see you. Who else? Let me see. Alexander. Regilio, what's up, buddy? Yeti, Carl Coat, good to see all of you guys. If I missed anybody, I apologize. But good morning. Well, kind of good morning. Let's see. Over at Crypto Bubbles, let's see what we got first here. This is not looking too good on the day. Everything is pretty much in the dumps, but it's all right. We'll get over it, right? Let's check out Coin 360. Bitcoin 24,950. I was hoping it was going to get above 25 for the stream, but nope, it did not. I'm wondering if at 9 o'clock or when the stock market opens, how this is going to react. If it's going to bump up a little bit or if it's just going to, shit some more, I guess. Ethereum 1638. We're looking at XRP 47 cents, Doge 6 cents, LTC $73. Thank you for the 50 NOK. Let me see.
Is it okay to watch P if I use Windows Defender, Malwarebytes and a VPN? You know, isn't here today, smiley face, winking face.
Hold on. Is it okay to watch? I don't know what that means. I use Windows Defender, Malwarebytes, VPN. Yeti, please fill me in. Stiggy, thank you for the 50 NOK. But no, the wife is not here right now. She will be on probably tomorrow if we could do an afternoon stream. That's the plan anyways. Oh, Prawn, gotcha. No. Pepe, clearly. Yeah, we was talking about Pepe. That's right. Absolutely. All right, back to regular scheduled programming. Pain in the ass, you know that? Stiggy, my favorite troll, just saying. All right, Crypto Fear and Greed Index, we got 41. It's in fear. Now, again, as Warren Buffett says, be greedy when people are fearful and be fearful when people are greedy. So take that as you will. Do what you guys want. Obviously, over here at the top 10 coins by market cap, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, USD Coin, XRP, Lido Staked Ether, Cardano, Dogecoin, and Tron is still in 10th. It's kind of funny how Tron's just kind of creeping its way up. And I'm shocked, to be honest. I want to see where BNB goes. I wonder if that's going to drop down a peg. It's it's realistically not too far off of the market cap of USD Coin. So we'll see. Nerd Beast, good to see you. Good morning, buddy. Good morning. All right, so let's get over to do some reading here on Cointelegraph. Actually, there was another one I wanted to read, and I can't remember where the hell it was. We'll get into that in a minute. I kind of remember what it said. Anyways, Bitcoin dips below 25K for the first time in 3 months. The price of Bitcoin plunged 4% as the Federal Reserve pressed pause on interest rates, but forecasted more hikes will come later this year. The price of Bitcoin, 24,933, has fallen below the $25,000 mark for the first time since March 17th, following a hawkish Fed announcement amid another turbulent week for the crypto industry. Within the span of 30 minutes on June 15th, the price of Bitcoin fell 4% from 25,867 to 24,819, according to data from TradingView. At the time of publication, Bitcoin had regained ground and was holding just above 25,000. Look at it, just fell off a cliff. Usually these are good buyback opportunities when things dump like this and you buy, when it actually takes the dump. It usually does like a little bit of a J pattern, I guess, like a backwards J. Over the past week, Bitcoin had been holding around the 26,000 region as the market came to grips with the with the Securities and Exchange Commission's legal actions against crypto exchange heavyweights Coinbase and Binance, as well as increasing macroeconomic uncertainty around interest rates signals from the United States Federal Reserve. The sharp drop in price arrived roughly 3 hours after the Federal Reserve announced a pause on the interest rate hikes, following a 15-month-long campaign of rate increases to combat surging inflation. I'm not going to read any more of this, but I mean, you guys kind of get it, right? They didn't raise anything. They just paused it, right? So whatever. This caused apparently Bitcoin to go down. So that's that. There was another article. I forget where it was. I think it was on this Bybit, or the lawyer, or the, sorry, not the lawyer, the judge in the whole freezing the Binance assets was actually like denied the freezing of assets for them. So that was that's a pretty good thing for Binance, I guess, if anybody's into that. I don't use Binance personally, but it's kind of interesting. I'm gonna see if I can find that article real quick while we watch it. Mr. Altcoin Daily. So this is kind of concerning, I would say. So I don't know if you guys heard yesterday where China offered, right, for Coinbase to come to Hong Kong, and it's a big deal. It's a big deal if we end up losing, you know, companies like Coinbase, like Binance, and it just, I mean, Binance is kind of overseas anyways, but in general, for them to reach out to Coinbase to try to capitalize on the US screwing up, it's kind of crazy. So I want to see what Altcoin Daily has to say here. I don't think there's any shilling here. If there is, I'll jump through it, but let's dive into this. I want to see what they have to say. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask, and we'll go from there. So without further ado, this is Altcoin Daily. Let's do it.
This is politically driven. I am a firm believer that crypto is not going away. This is about innovation. It's about technological progress. And at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, is what's right for Americans holding back innovation? And I don't think so.
Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily. We keep you updated on everything going on in cryptocurrency on a daily basis.
This is a $1 trillion industry today. It's expected to grow to 25 trillion by 2030. There's over 1 million jobs in the US that are at risk. This is an attack not just on the crypto industry, but on American innovation in the capital markets, and we've got to get the SEC back within its mandate.
Many of you have been following our coverage over the past couple weeks. Let me give you an update on everything that's been happening since Gary Gensler and the SEC have decided to wage war on US crypto markets. Many altcoins have crashed, some to lows that we haven't seen for a very long time, such as Algorand and Flow crashed to all-time lows following the SEC lawsuit. SEC has been trying to freeze Binance US's assets, Binance US trying to negotiate a deal to avoid a total asset freeze. Many prominent altcoins.
That's what I was just talking about, that freezing of assets. Apparently the judge denied it. I gotta look for that.
US trying to negotiate a deal to avoid a total asset freeze. Many prominent altcoins are pushing back publicly, saying that we were never a security or we never were focused on America. Specifically, Cardano saying we were never a security. Solana saying pretty much the same thing, except maybe less conviction. Polygon not saying they were never a security, saying that they never focused on US markets, although they were global. Also, there were talks about Solana maybe doing a hard fork to try and stave off the SEC. However, Solana devs say it's not happening. In addition, it seems we're getting a Polygon 2.0. Now, not specifically to counteract the SEC. They say just in, Polygon debuts Polygon 2.0 as a blueprint to build the ultimate value layer. They're focusing on scalability and liquidity. It is a set of upgrades changing everything from Polygon's protocol architecture to its tokenomics to governance, along with a roadmap to the value layer. More details to come in the weeks to come. So not specifically about the SEC, maybe a coincidence, but Polygon debuts Polygon 2.0 is the news. You know, Coinbase refusing to delist any assets, saying none of the assets on their platform are unregistered securities. Now, they have asked the SEC to clarify its position, but the SEC refusing to respond to Coinbase. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission today said it had not decided on whether to clarify new crypto rules after America's biggest crypto exchange, Coinbase, made a special request for the top regulators to do so. And in the wake of this uncertainty in America, we're seeing countries like China, we're seeing countries like Russia adopt crypto in ways like we've never seen before. So China, Chinese bank BOCI issues country's first tokenized security on Ethereum. Chinese bank BOCI has officially issued the country's first tokenized security on the Ethereum blockchain. This is the first bank in China to issue a tokenized security in the country, and the fact it's on Ethereum is a huge deal. Press release out of China: by issuing these digital securities, both BOCI and another entity, UBS, have taken new steps in terms of the application law and blockchain types. Moreover, the transaction is the first product of its kind in Asia Pacific, constituted under Hong Kong and Swiss law. Pretty big deal. And quote from the deputy CEO of the bank itself: working together with UBS, we are driving the simplification of digital asset markets and products. We are encouraged by the evolution of Hong Kong's digital economy, and we are committed to promoting the digital transformation and innovative development of Hong Kong's financial industry. In Russia, Russia's biggest bank to allow crypto trading this summer. The largest banking institution in Russia by asset value, Sberbank, will reportedly enable private investors.
That says Sberbank. That's how you spell that in Russia.
to buy and sell digital currencies in the following weeks. Now, maybe this is a big step, a small step. In any case, this is a positive step, another step in the right direction. This entity jumped on the bandwagon a few years ago, the biggest bank in Russia, attempting to launch several cryptocurrency projects. For one, it sought approval to issue its own digital currency and introduced the first blockchain-focused ETF in Russia. As reported by a local media outlet, the bank will let customers make transactions with digital financial assets on the Sberbank platform as early as June. This is a huge step. America should be doing this. It is worth noting that the bank prepared a special scoring assessment system for its customers before releasing the option. This move ensures that users consciously make an investment decision, understanding the existing risks.
Wow, this is like, that's awesome. Actually, that's great innovation. Like, why can't we do that stuff? It's just whatever.
This is what Gary Gensler should be doing for us. New video from one of the lawmakers going against the SEC and specifically Gary Gensler in America. New video from Warren Davidson, again, articulating the harm that Gary Gensler has caused for crypto, for innovation in America. Listen to this.
Congressman Davidson, thank you for joining us. What is your biggest beef with SEC Chair Gary Gensler?
Boy, it's a long list. He's been so bad at his job. I mean, frankly, what he's highlighted is we don't just have a Gary Gensler problem. We have a problem that's structural with the SEC. So part of it is Gary Gensler has been uniquely bad. There's been more rulemakings under his leadership than at any time since Dodd-Frank passed. You know, Dodd-Frank was a major overhaul of the financial regulatory framework, so you would expect lots of rulemaking. All that happened with Gary Gensler is Gary Gensler became chair of the SEC. They've averaged like 2 rulemakings a month. They normally don't even have a long comment period, so it's shortchanged. He clearly doesn't have the legal authority to implement an ESG rule to change the reporting and disclosure requirements for every publicly traded company, but he's forging ahead anyway. With respect to crypto regulation, it's like Hotel California. You can check in, but you can never leave. They go into endless discovery. Almost no one ever gets a no action letter after years and years of discovery. He's trying to overhaul the market structure for equity markets. We have the best capital markets in the world, and he wants to fundamentally remake them in a way that basically says to retail investors, to protect you, we're going to keep you from participating in the market. That's not investor protection, that's investor exclusion. And so fundamentally, I think every layer of this has been bad from Gensler, but it highlights really we have to get back to a weaker chairman and a stronger commission.
I don't need to show this to you, but this
a weaker chairman and a stronger commission. That's actually a good way to put it. Just because, like, I feel like, you know, Gary overall is just, he's trying to prove something that nobody gives a shit about. I don't know what it is. It makes no sense to anybody, but apparently it makes sense to him. So whatever.
Is what the SEC is trying to remove from America. And this is innovative crypto protocols versus antiquated legacy traditional finance. So take a look at this infograph. Compound protocol versus JP Morgan, DeFi protocol versus bank, decentralized exchange versus centralized exchange, Uniswap versus Robinhood. Both of these images, it's obvious to you and me, it's obvious to so many people, yet this is what they're trying to remove from American shores. Predictable lending and borrowing versus ad hoc changes. 24/7 open source auditable, closed source quarterly audited. On-chain 24/7
They want to control everything. That's kind of what he's getting at, if I'm not mistaken. They want to control everything about this company, and this company, they cannot.
Accessible across the world, off-chain, limited accessibility, market opportunity just in the US, market opportunity everywhere. Same exact thing here. And these innovations are going to happen whether they happen with the US or without the US. Big news. Uniswap protocol has officially hit 250 million swaps.
Holy shit.
And on that news, Uniswap has upgraded. Uniswap releases version 4 code allowing new types of liquidity pools. Basically, version 4 will feature what's called hooks, which will allow for more customized liquidity pool options. The Defiant had a great video explainer on this. Watch this.
Since its V3 release, Uniswap has facilitated over $1.5 trillion in trading volume. And now with the forthcoming V4, they're looking to revolutionize on-chain liquidity and token trading once again. The open source draft code for Uniswap's V4 is now out in the wild. The team has encouraged community members to explore, test, and provide feedback and contributions. One of the most awaited upgrades with this iteration was hooks, which are now possible on Uniswap with V4. Hooks are essentially contracts which can be executed at different stages of a pool's lifecycle, like
Is that really how they get kids out of the pool? The fucking dog thing? Isn't that one of those fucking animal control people use? They just grab them by the neck and pull them out.
executed at different stages of a pool's life cycle, like before or after a swap. This enables a new level of customization for managing liquidity pools. And if you're wondering what this actually means for users, it's quite straightforward. With hooks, you can implement dynamic fees, set up on-chain limit orders, and even build a time-weighted average market maker, or TWAM. With hooks, it's even possible to automate the compounding of liquidity pool rewards. In the words of Hayden Adams, the founder of Uniswap, hooks introduce a world with endless options, and Singleton allows
This is the founder of Uniswap, so what, is he going to get sued soon too?
you to efficiently route across all of them. By housing all pools in what's referred to as a singleton contract, Uniswap v4 drastically reduces gas fees. This is achieved by no longer needing to transfer tokens between pools held in different contracts. v4 even supports trading with native ETH, providing further savings. Beyond this, the Uniswap team has been discussing the adoption of EIP 1153. This upgrade to Ethereum could further reduce transaction costs on Ethereum, although it's not been deemed significant enough to be included in the next Ethereum upgrade, which will be called Cancun Deneb or Dencun. As for the competition, the Uniswap v3 code license expired in April, which allowed protocols like SushiSwap and PancakeSwap to freely use the code, which they did immediately.
Like I said, crypto innovation and adoption is happening whether the US is involved or not. Avalanche launches Arcade 3 to help bring Web 2 devs to blockchain gaming. So basically, Arcade 3 is doing three things to onboard Web 2 companies into Web 3 gaming. Arcade 3 is envisioned at helping companies find the right partners within Web 3, including Avalanche, including Ava Labs itself, in order to make onboarding easier. It is also designed to help with marketing by, quote, creating on-chain affiliate marketing with esports teams and influencers, incentivizing engagement through digital collectibles, and spurring user content creation through in-game tokens. And then 3, additionally, Arcade 3 will help participants with tokenomics by ensuring that the in-game economies are compliant and stable. The program also hopes to accelerate the move to Web3 by offering the strength of the Avalanche network, of course. Get your tickets to Blockdown Festival in Portugal. Details below. 50% off going to continue to happen in crypto. One of the things I'm linked below.
Trying to skip over to that shit.
Is going to continue to happen in crypto. One of the things I'm most excited about is combining Web3 and AI, crypto and AI. And I love Paul Brody's.
Are you guys still excited about the whole AI train when it comes to crypto? Let me know in the chat. Put a 1 if you are, 2 if you're not.
Assessment of it. This is how Web3 and AI can fit together most perfectly going forward. Tell me what you think about this.
We're already seeing AI and blockchain work together. AI is actually really good at reading and interpreting some things. It's really valuable in analytics. I see AI being particularly valuable in reading and understanding blockchain transactions. You have to have some tolerance for the possibility that occasionally the answers might be wrong, but AI systems can give you a lot of mostly right answers at scale. And there's some analytical business processes where having the right right answer 95% of the time is more than good enough. So we're already seeing these things work together. We're going to see huge impact of AI in software development for blockchain, because AI systems will write code for software developers, but software developers will check it and test it before they put it into production. So what's going to happen in the next kind of few years is that we're going to be very carefully figuring out what are these places where the strengths of AI, the ability to absorb data and spit out stuff that looks really good, will work nicely with solutions that can tolerate some level of error, or where there's a proofreading process and a correction process before it goes into production. So we're sort of navigating this fitting process, and at the same time, both blockchain and AI are going to be getting much, much better. So we've really just kind of tasted the tip of the iceberg, or seen the tip of the iceberg in terms of what's likely and possible.
Shout out to Altcoin Daily for that video. Awesome. Appreciate it. Let me, I found the other article, by the way. It was over here on CoinDesk. This is the U.S. judge rebuffs the SEC request for Binance.US assets to freeze for now. The federal judge ordered the Securities and Exchange Commission and Binance lawyers to keep negotiating about limits on the company reporting back to her by Thursday. So today, maybe, I guess. Yeah. Interesting. Washington, D.C., the federal judge overseeing the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's case against Binance and Binance.US declined to order a temporary restraining order to freeze the U.S. trading platform's assets. So if you guys don't know, or if you missed this yesterday, we'll listen to this in just a second, but they said that, or Binance stated that if they actually did this, froze their assets, it could absolutely just destroy the company. So I think it comes down to Binance.US being not completely separated from Binance itself, which is why CZ was named in this lawsuit. So let's see what they have to say here actually about this over at CoinDesk. This little I guess roundtable they have. Let's check this out. Let me see. There we go.
Cryptocurrency.
All right. The SEC's motion for a temporary restraining order to freeze Binance US's assets has been declined for now. Joining us now to discuss is CoinDesk's Global Policy and Regulation Managing Editor, Nick Day, who is also the editor of CoinDesk's State of Crypto newsletter. Good morning, Nick.
Good morning.
All right. You were in D.C. yesterday covering that hearing. What did the judge say about the agency's request?
Yeah, so this was a several-hour hearing. The judge asked a number of questions to the SEC, Binance US, and CZ's lawyers. Her main thing is she doesn't think a temporary restraining order is appropriate at this point. She's been urging the parties to negotiate some kind of stipulation or consent decree that she could sign off on instead. And that's basically where she left it yesterday. She ordered the parties to continue negotiating. She's expecting a status report by the end of the Thursday, so tomorrow, and we'll see where we're at then. But in her words, the parties are already pretty close. They've agreed on most of the issues. The one sticking point is the SEC wants to freeze Binance US's assets until it's had a chance to look at its business expenses and maybe some audited financials. Whereas Binance US says that they don't want to freeze funds for the purpose of business expenses at this time because it would, in the words of one of their lawyers, be a death penalty.
Let's talk about some of these allegations that the SEC made in the lawsuit. Did any of them come up in the hearing yesterday? We heard when the lawsuits dropped that they were being accused of
Hold on, I gotta scroll us back a second. This guy, he always looks disheveled, this dude right here, and look how they just kick him off the screen. They're just like
allegations that the SEC made in the lawsuit. Did any of them come up in the hearing yesterday? We heard when the lawsuits dropped that they were being accused of commingling funds, operating as an unregistered securities broker. Any of this come up?
So they sort of came up, but only in the context of the temporary restraining order itself. Obviously the underlying case was a pretty significant one. Probably the most interesting questions asked by a judge were pertaining to the whole, securities versus commodities versus, whatever, of crypto assets. So she asked the SEC multiple times, multiple SEC lawyers, to distinguish between a crypto asset and a crypto asset security. She asked Binance lawyers, is BNB a security, and if not, is it a commodity? And it's one of those questions that lawyers were not really necessarily willing to answer. The SEC team mostly said that they didn't want to make an assessment on the crypto assets that they didn't call securities at the time, and the Binance lawyer said that BNB is a crypto asset when asked if it was a commodity. So the judge is kind of dipping her toes into what is fundamentally like the basic question at the heart of all of this. So at the heart of the Binance suit, the Coinbase suit, the Bitrex suit, the Biaxi suit from before. And it'll be interesting to see if she decides to either try and find a definition for all this to create some kind of precedent or guidance that companies can take a look at, or how she approaches it going forward.
Lawrence, you're back.
I'm back. Yeah. You remember that squirrel that ate up the NASDAQ's wires a few years, well, maybe it was before your time, but it shut down the NASDAQ. I think that descendants ate up the wires here.
That guy needs to stop partying, bro. He's just straight benders every night.
So Binance, getting back to Binance US, I mean, they kind of had this whole thing like basically prepping people to, quietly exit. That's still underway?
So in court, at least, what the Binance US and Binance attorneys were saying is, they're not going to shut down. The only way they would is if Binance US's funds are completely frozen and it's unable to pay ordinary business expenses. So, salary, rent, licensing fees, things like that. At the same time, the Binance Global and the Binance US teams both said that, at least insofar as making sure that no one from Binance Global, including founder CZ or anyone else offshore, has access to Binance US's private keys, they said that they would work on that. So not really an exit so much as just saying that they'd be willing to go to at least that extent to what the SEC has requested.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Nick, lastly, what happens from here? What do we expect next?
So the next thing we're looking for is the report at the end of the day tomorrow. We'll see if the parties have made any progress in negotiating. The judge really urged them to, find some kind of common ground and compromise that they could agree to. If we do see that compromise, then there'll probably be a bit of time for discovery and all those other processes before we get to the next hearing. If not, then we'll see what the judge decides.
So we should find out today, I guess. So awesome. I guess we'll see. We will see. Anyways, guys, depressing day. And you know what? Now that I think about it, the reason this guy's always so disheveled is probably because it's a bear market. That's probably why. I was looking him up trying to see if I could find any dirt on him, but he is just, let's find out. Let's see. Let me show you guys what I found. So he's just the guy at CoinDesk. Lawrence Lewitton, I guess, joined CoinDesk as managing editor for markets in December 2019. So those when times were good, and then it just went straight to times were bad, right? So he was clean shaven here in this picture. Look at this. Look at him. Look normal there. What the hell happened, man? Just gave up. Bear market blues. That's what he's got. that's what's happening. Anyways, you guys are awesome. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Hopefully we get through this. Again, fear and greed index, guys. It's one of those things. Be greedy when people are fearful. Be fearful when people are greedy. I think we still have some more fear to go down in this chart, but overall, that's a good way to look at things. So, yeah. All right. Let me see what else. If you guys have any questions in the chat before we get out of here, we'll be jumping out in just a second. Let's see. Geek of all trades. Have a good day, buddy. Appreciate you. Let's see. For sure, my granddaughter's a handful, bro. Kids are a lot. I gotta go to the RMV today, or the DMV, whatever you guys want to call it, to go register a trailer. And God, this is gonna be a nightmare with 2 kids. So we're gonna see how that goes. Let's see. If bacon, eggs, and hash. Yeah, I don't know what that whole squirrel thing was he was just talking about. That was kind of weird. Kind of weird. Squirrels must have chewed his internet or some shit. All right. So, for the audits, crypto audits, where we do like go through a couple coins, me and my man Yeti. We're going to be doing that next week. I just didn't have time this week, so unfortunately he's probably going to post some things that he audited. I don't know if he will or not, but either way, we'll be back to doing that on Wednesday, and hopefully I'll be able to stream either later tonight or on the gaming channel tonight at some point. Take their tablets with you. Yes, yeah, I'll have to. But dude, my son, so he's like, my son's a little over 2, and actually he's 2.5. He's 2.5. So he is just getting to like the he knows what he wants thing, and like if you tell him no, it's not a negotiation. Like he is trying to get it, and then he'll just cause a fit. So like, yeah, the RMV is not somewhere I'm excited to go with 2 little kids. It's not gonna be fun. All tracks. Did you move down the server in the rack? You don't need it to be on top to get access to the inside. That's what the rails for. Yes, all tracks. So no, I didn't. I kept it on top, just for ease of use. I don't really want to have to pull it out all the time. So like the way the server is, I have it against the wall, and the rack slides out. Yeah, like the server itself will slide out of the rack, but I have like foam and stuff on the wall, and it can hit it if I pull it out, and I really don't want to be yanking it out of there. I'd rather just work at it right from on top. Just makes my life easier, to be honest. But yeah, no, I kept it up there. But I did move the X4Q down to the bottom, so that's like holding up the Jazz Miner, which is pretty sweet. So man, I gotta get to doing some shorts. Actually, I gotta go turn on Mr. Mass Boost's L7 for 24 hours. I gotta turn that on for him. So congrats to him for winning the VIP hash rate for 24 hours. I totally spaced on doing it Monday, so I apologize, but I'll go get that up and mining right now for you. Either way, guys, hopefully you have a good Thursday. I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning if I don't see you later on the gaming channel or in Discord. And until next time, have a good day, guys. I'll catch you soon. Peace out.